Hi, welcome back again to Insurance Talks. My name is Stacy Nicholson, and I'm with CNR Insurance. And today's topic is going to be the personal umbrella policy. I know we've chatted about this briefly in some other videos, but today I kind of want to get a little bit more in detail as to the importance of this particular insurance product. When we talk about a personal umbrella, what this policy will do for you is it sits above all the other lines of insurance that you might have for you personally. So you have a personal auto policy, you have homeowners insurance, you might have a boat policy, you might also have an insurance policy for rental properties that you might have. So what this particular policy will do is, in the event of a claim, as a prime example, if you were in a car accident and you had limits of, say, $250,000, and it's a really bad accident, it's your fault, and it exceeds the limits of $250,000, the umbrella would then drop down and provide an extra layer of coverage. So, as an example, if you have $1 million umbrella policy, it would then pay out another additional $1 million worth of protection for you and your family. So that's basically kind of the gist of what the umbrella policy does. It is truly an umbrella. It kind of sits above everything else that you have and drops down if you were to exceed the underlying limits of the other policies. So, that's the importance of it. Why do you need it? It really depends on your financial situation, of course, but it's a very inexpensive policy. It's something that really everyone should have. And I always tell folks the main reason is if you're involved in a bad accident that were to be exceed the current limits of your basic policy, and the person you hurt was a high earner, you could invariably have garnished wages for God knows how long to pay them what's owed. So an umbrella policy is just another way of protecting your financial protection from a financial standpoint, and it's really important because you just don't know who you're going to hit. I always tell folks, you tell me who you're going to hit, I can give you an idea of how much coverage you might need, but we just don't know. We're on these roads every single day, and we're in an urban area. There's athletes, there's famous people, there's doctors, high-end professionals. It could be multiple cars that are involved. It could be school bus, and you just don't know to the extent of what kind of claim you could be involved in. So I always tell folks, what do you have to lose financially? And we kind of back into the coverage limits from there. From a true cost standpoint, umbrella insurance is not an expensive coverage to have. For 2 cars and a home, you're looking at $140 a year roughly. That's with pretty much any particular insurance carrier that's out there. So it's not a cost thing. So don't be afraid of how much it's going to cost from a pricing standpoint. But what we really need to figure out is, with your respective situation, how much coverage should you get? Because you can go from $1 million up to $100 million. Depends on your need. So just please keep that in mind. And also, just don't forget about the other policies. A lot of times we find that people don't tell us they have rental properties. They don't tell us they just bought a boat and they got a boat insurance policy somewhere else. And, it's nothing worse than having a policy like an umbrella policy you're paying for. It sits over your cars in your home, and then, you don't have it over your motorcycle. You don't have it over your boat. And you don't have the rental properties because we weren't aware of it. So, don't keep things from your insurance agents. If you've got a policy somewhere else, it's not a problem. More than likely, we can put the umbrella over that other carrier. It just has to be a highly rated insurance carrier. So don't let that kind of prevent you from making us aware of these things, because if you have an umbrella policy, we want it over everything you have. So any questions, please don't hesitate to respond to our video here. You can feel free to call our office. We'll be happy to discuss these items with you. But an umbrella policy, inexpensive way to protect you and your family. We'd love to go into more depth with you with other individual questions. Again, thanks for joining us here at Insurance Talks, and please check us out for more future videos. Thank you.